Hello and welcome to your upper body workout. So, today we're going to be working the upper body. I have a set of 5 pound dumbbells and I also have an 11-pound weight that I'm going to be using. If you have some weights, that would be fantastic. Um, if you don't have any weights, I encourage you to grab some water bottles or some books or something that you can use in place of weights. Body weight training is fantastic, and we've done it in a lot of our workouts, but for this particular one, we are going to be using weights of some kind, okay? Jug of water is good, or if you have like a detergent container, like a bottle, that would work as well. So there's lots of different options. A bag of potatoes would be fantastic as well. Just make sure it's secure and they don't fall on your head, okay? So we are going to start with biceps. So we are going to stand in a plie. So feet are on the 45 and we're going to bend our knees and we're going to stand in that plie. And then what we're going to do is we're going to curl. But normally what we do is most common to see is you just curl up like this. We are actually going to put our arms on a 45. So our feet and our arms are on 45-degree angles, and we're going to do it for a minute, okay? Let me just set the timer. Okay, the timer is on. So elbows are tucked in. You're in a nice plie and shoulders are down. Core is engaged. Okay, you don't have duck bum, right? Your bum is not sticking out. Okay, weight is on the outside edge of your feet. And we're going to curl for a minute. If you get tired, some of the things that you can do is you can alternate. So you'll do one arm, nice and controlled, and then the other arm. The thing that I want you to remember, and that's why the elbows are tucked into the side of the body, is I don't want you to swing. So keep going. Timer's on. I want you to look. I don't want you to do this. See how my upper arm has moved? I'm using momentum to get the weight up, and that's not what we want. We actually want to keep that upper arm nice and stable, okay, while you do the exercise. So, and if this is hard to be in a low plie, that's fine. Just a slight bend in your knees. Keep your feet at the 45, and there's 1 minute done, okay? Fantastic. See, we're done the first exercise. Okay, so you're going to put that one weight down. We are going to row now, but we're going to do it in a lunge. So you're going to be in a long leg lunge. So back leg is straight. You can keep the heel up or down, totally up to you. And then you are going to come into the right knee, okay? Now, I don't want your knee to go past your toe, all right? So think about lengthening while you're here. And then you can lean on that front leg, nice flat back. When you row, you're going to bring the weight to your hip, okay? Because I want you to engage the lats, the back muscles. I don't want you to be here because then you'll use your shoulder, okay? So here we go. Timer is on. Nice and controlled. Core is engaged. Good. You're doing fantastic. Okay, good. This hand is relaxed. So make sure that it's not doing any work. Your face is relaxed. Your neck is nice and long. Okay. Pull the weight towards your hip. Squeeze your back at the top. Pause for a second and squeeze. Good. Good. You're doing fantastic. Oh, yeah. Whew. 22 seconds, okay? The timer's on. So think about your legs. Think about taking weight into the back leg. So you're getting a nice stretch in the leg and the calf. The front leg, the hamstrings working really hard to keep us nice and stable. And our core is working, okay? We're almost there. One more row. There we go. Whew. Timer is done. We got to switch sides. Okay. All right. So set it up. So nice long leg. And you're going to come into that front leg and row. Good. So we don't want to use the shoulder. So remember, bring it. Think about pulling the weight back as opposed to pulling it up. Yep. My foot is tight on this left side. I can really feel it. If this is super heavy, drop the weight if it's too much and just engage the muscle. So you go a little bit slower and you'll just engage at the top for a second longer, okay? 24 seconds. That seems to be just past the halfway point where people start to feel, oh my goodness, what is happening? When is it going to stop? Good, almost there. 8 seconds. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. Almost there. Last one. Good, there you go. We're done our minute. See? It goes fast. So the thing is, you don't have to do tons of reps or spend a long time doing stuff if you're focused and you're putting all the effort into the workout that you're doing and the muscles that you're using. Okay, so we're going to go down to the floor. So the thing I want to tell you about going to the floor, always make sure you pick up your weights first. Don't lie down and then pick up your weights. You can really, really hurt your muscles. You can pull something and really injure yourself. So what we're going to do is a skull crusher, okay? So you're going to be on the mat on your back. You're going to hold one weight, okay? Okay. Feet are on the ground, back is on the ground. What I want to do, nice and straight arms, and you're going to bend the weight and bring it towards your head, okay? Don't drop it on your head. Make sure you're nice and secure with your hold. I'm actually going to flip my weight over because I got a better hold on this end. Okay? The thing is, and the same as that bicep curl, I watch the upper part of my arm. I don't want this to happen. See how it's moving? Right? So we don't want this part to come back. This is stable. All you're doing is bending your elbow, okay? If you have a traditional dumbbell, okay, and you're holding it, one dumbbell in both hands, the way that you can make sure that you're really getting your elbows to do the work is you're going to squeeze the weight and think about pushing the eyes of your elbows together. It'll be a little bit harder to use your shoulders and to rock, okay? So let me grab my weight and then we're going to do 1 minute, okay? Here we go. Timer is on. Okay, so nice straight arms and bend your elbows, bringing the weight close to your head and then straight up, okay? If you want an extra challenge and you feel you need a little bit more, you can come on up into bridge. Make sure your feet are close to your butt, close to the glutes, which mine are far away, so I'm going to readjust. And you want your knees to be straight. Now, this position is a lot harder than doing it on the ground. So you decide where you are, okay? Because don't do the hard version or the full version without modifying if you can't. If you can't do the simplest things, and I say simple, I put that in quotation marks, but if you can't do the basic fundamental moves, so if you can't do this without rocking your upper arms, then you shouldn't be in a bridge doing it. Okay, that's 1 minute because you are having difficulty with the basics, right? So you want to make sure you got the fundamentals down before you add anything extra. Okay, so now we're going to use 2 dumbbells. So I'm going to put them on my hips here and then I'm going to lie back. So we are going to do a fly, okay? So we're going to do both arms at the same time, okay? So the idea is your knuckles are facing each other, yes? Okay? We're going to hold them with our elbows slightly bent, yes? Okay? So imagine you're hugging, I don't know, a dog, yes? Or both of your children or your teenagers. And I want you to drop your arms down so they're above your stomach, not above your chest, because what we're going to do is we're going to open and then we're going to squeeze closed. But if I'm up high here, I'm going to use my shoulders. I want my arms lower so that I actually can engage the pecs as I close, okay? So grab your weights, set it up. Okay, here we go. Elbows bent, open, and then you're going to squeeze close. So it doesn't matter how much you open. This is all about the squeeze. It's only the squeeze that we're focusing on. That's where we're engaging the muscles, okay? Good. So you don't have to go all the way down, but you want to be nice and controlled. Okay, again, if you feel that this is not challenging enough, you're welcome to come on up into bridge and do it in bridge. But again, if you can't do the regular on your back fly, okay, without some difficulty, then maybe you should not be in bridge, okay? But that being said, I encourage you to try all other variations. Maybe you are actually stronger than you think you are, right? So the thing about being in bridge with any of these two moves is you want to make sure, good, that's your minute. You want to make sure that your core is doing work and not your back. Okay, that is the key. Okay, we got to come on up to the top, and we got those bicep curls, right? Bicep curls in our plie. So set up your feet, get down into the plie. Here we go. Arms are at the 45. And again, remember, if it's too hard or you're getting really tired and sloppy, you're gonna need a break. Just alternate one arm and then the other side. You want to make sure that your chest is open, your core is engaged, your legs are working. Good. If you can't go into a low squat, that's fine. You just stay with a slight bent knee and do it that way. Okay, so you decide what works for you. And remember, arms are on the 45, elbows are tucked in because we don't want any swinging, right? Doing great. You're doing fantastic, okay? You're not doing a long workout. It's nice and short and sweet. We're doing 2 rounds of everything. If you feel up to it, I would repeat it again. Or you can add, legs. You can add a leg workout or do the floor workout or do some, stretching, some yoga done. Do something else to round out your day. Or if you have other activities that you do, I encourage you to go do those, okay? Go for a run, go for a walk, okay? All right. Here we go. So now I'm not saying that you have to, right? Do something else. So you want to make sure that you're challenging yourself. Is this challenging? Okay? Or is it just okay? You have to, determine where you are, what you're doing in your day regularly, because remember, your muscles are strong. They do a lot of stuff every day. And you're doing awesome. We're halfway. So your muscles are really strong. They do a lot every day. So doing this particular workout might be super challenging for you. Maybe you've never done any kind of weight training before. This is brand new to you. Or maybe you've done it, but you've left it and you're coming back after a long absence. Then this is going to be challenging. If this is really hard for you, narrow your stance and put your hand on your thigh and do it this way. So maybe you're not in a low lunge, right? Okay, but don't put your hand on your knee. Never on your knee. There we go. That's 1 minute. We're going to go to the other side. Okay. All right. Set it up. Nice long leg if you can. And bring that weight towards your hip. And when you're here, I want you to think about this whole area, lengthening it, right? We're trying to get some extension in here, and we're trying to get some stretch in here. So you want to make sure that you are thinking about lengthening through your feet, through your back foot. Good. And through the inner thigh and the quads at the front of that back leg. My hamstring here is doing a lot of work. So is my calf. It's firing like crazy. I can feel it. And my back. Don't forget the back. We're working the back here. That's the focus. This lunge is just a little bit of a distraction from the back work that you're doing. Core is engaged. You're doing awesome. We have 2 exercises, okay, after this. You're doing great. We got 2 minutes left. That's it. Okay, so with a short workout, I would encourage you, there we go, 1 minute. With a shorter workout, I would encourage you to lift heavier weights, okay? So when your reps are low and your time is short, do heavy. Do the maximum that you can, right? 70% of your maximum 1 rep. Do the heavy because then you get a better workout. So you can get a very effective short workout by doing heavier weights, okay? And yes, women should be lifting heavier weights, okay? We do not have the testosterone that men do. We're not going to build gigantic muscles like men do. We're not designed that way genetically. Now, people that you see that do that and have huge muscles and are very defined in their muscles, that's based on what are they eating. That's based on the volume of training that they do. Like you're doing one workout a day. Maybe you're doing this circuit, maybe you'll do it twice, okay? But you're not doing 3 or 4 hours of training, which is what competitors and fitness, models and professionals, that's what they do, right? You are not counting all of your calories and being very, very strict on the things that you are eating, right? You are not taking any supplements to help with that, okay? So there's a lot that goes into building muscles like you see in social media, on TV, magazines. That's your last one. That is not going to happen to you, even if you lift heavy weights. It's not possible, okay? It's just not how genetics works. It's not how your muscles work. So, like I said, if you're only doing a short workout, you're going to pick heavy weights, okay? This is your last exercise. We got flies. This is it, okay? Timer's on. Remember, you can be up into a bridge if you would like, elbows slightly bent. It's all about the squeeze. It's all about the close, okay? If you want another way to challenge yourself, if you would like, you can, of course, lift heavier weights or hold one arm and only do one side at a time. It makes it a little bit harder because you have to engage the abdominals even more to make sure your body doesn't rock. So it's very unbalanced this way, kind of like being in bridge, right? You have less contact points on the floor, so it makes you less balanced, and therefore the core has to work a little bit harder. Good, you're doing fantastic. Almost there. I'm going to go back to double. You can alternate too. You can do one side a couple of reps, the other side a couple of reps, then do both a couple times and change it up, right? You want your muscles to not be used to everything. That's your minute. You don't want them to get used to everything. That is where, the muscle building happens. That's where the calorie burn happens, is because you're doing things that you don't normally do with your body, okay? And you're making the muscles try and figure out what's going on. If you do the same thing over and over again, they're like, yeah, we've done this before. And we don't want that. We want your muscles to go, what? I haven't done that before. Oh, let me figure this out. So they have to work a little bit harder to actually execute the exercise because you've given them something different to do. So by changing the reps, changing the weight, changing the pattern, changing the positioning, all those things will get your muscles working a little bit harder, okay? So there is your upper body workout. Have an amazing day. If you'd like, do it a second time, and then that'll be 4 rounds, or add some other exercise, or do another one of the videos. Have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed it.